Hey class, welcome to Business Analytics. My name is Professor Seaman. So this is my video of the week. I've asked everyone to go on video and do an introduction, mainly because we are online and we don't see anybody. So it's important for us to see people. So the questions I asked, where you're from, what are you looking to get out of this degree? Maybe what are you looking to get into, and something personal about yourself. So I'll start off with myself. So I've been a full-time professor of applied computer science here at Point Park since the fall of 2018. I have previously started teaching college at CCAC. And some of you may have not gone to CCAC. I see a lot of that happening here where students transfer over. So I taught in the CIT program, computer information technology. Mainly I taught software development courses, Java programming, Python, etc. I also had taught as a adjunct at West Liberty University for about 5 years. I taught the graduate studies course in information science or systems. My background in technology started in, I'd say 1999. My first job in the industry, if you could say it, was working for a cable company called Charter Communications, who at the time was owned by, and so I think it's still owned by, I can't remember. It was one of the co-founders of Microsoft, I think, Paul Allen, who has passed on since. I started off doing Unix administration and tech support. I've worked in the industry since 1999. My wealth of background is software development. So I worked for a range of different companies. I worked for PNC Bank for about 6 years. Started off as a senior software developer and got promoted to a lead software developer in due time. I had worked I've worked for a couple other different organizations. I worked for BNY Mellon as a software developer. Worked for a software company called Management Science Associates as a software developer. So as you can see, my range of path has been software development, but I still work in the industry, believe it or not. I work for PricewaterhouseCoopers, also known as PwC. We have 155 locations around the world. We're a professional company. I work in a sector for cybersecurity. I'm recently got promoted about a year ago. I'm a senior manager, a senior application security manager. I manage a team of software engineers and DevOps engineers that have a background in cybersecurity. So it's a mixed bag of nuts. I've been there for 4 years now as a manager. So I don't have a home office. I do have a home office. It's in Tampa, Florida. I work 100% remote. So that's my background in technology. So with me teaching a course, you're going to get a mixture of that exposure to, the industry, current exposure, past exposure, and teaching college. Something personal about myself. Married, have 3 kids. My oldest is 25-year-old daughter. Second oldest is a 21-year-old, soon to be 22-year-old daughter who is in her last semester here at Point Park University. And I have a son who is graduating high school here in June, and he will also be attending Point Park University in the fall, studying, finally, applied computer science, because the other two didn't study that. Been married for 20 plus years. We have 4 cats. Big was a cat that just showed up at our door one day. We've had her for about 12, 13 years. We don't know whether she was someone else's cat and just ended up here. We don't know. So we took her in, and then she came in and she was pregnant and we didn't know. And so she had 2 babies that passed. So we went out and searched for a cat that would look just like her baby, and we got another kitten real quick, and we named her real name's Autumn, but we call her Little. She's not so little anymore. So we had those 2 cats. I was like, great, so that's it, 2 cats. Then we got another cat that just ended up at my father-in-law's business. So there was a bunch of kittens there, and we ended up taking one of them, and so we had 3 cats. And then I think last November, not just maybe 2 Novembers ago, there was rescue cats, and I couldn't resist, so we ended up with 4 cats. So now we have 4 cats. So it's a crazy house. So we got little, big, Jax, named after Jax Teller from Sons of Anarchy, and our latest cat, her name is, I wanted to name her Merlot, but we named her Nola Merlot, Nola from New Orleans, and Merlot for a middle name. Something else about myself, I like to make wine. It's a hobby of mine. My hobby used to be playing basketball. I played too much basketball and tore my knees up, so I had to come up with a new hobby, and that ended up being winemaking. So I have been doing that for 4 years. I started off doing these little wine kits, learning the trade. I have since graduated and gotten into something called juice buckets, and since then I've graduated and now I'm doing grapes. It's something I really like to do. It's fun. I love learning it. All my wine labels, I do wine labels. I draw them. That's my background. I could draw anything since I was a little kid. So I design my own labels, and they're all cat themed, mainly. Some are whale themed, but mainly cat themed. And so I have right now I have like 120 gallons of wine fermenting in my basement. So I have 1, 2, 3, I think I have 6 barrels down there, and then I have 3 in that closet behind me fermenting as well. They're in secondary fermentation, so there's no crazy fruit smell. I actually getting ready to bottle some wine here in the next day or 2. So I have my corks right here that I'm bottling, and I have this guy right here. It's kind of hard to see, but hopefully you can see it. So this big, large object is called a Portuguese wine corker. And so it helps me cork the wines quickly. This batch is only a small batch, so I'm only going to be pushing out about 2 cases of wine. But traditionally, the barrels in the basement, sometimes I push out about 9, 10 cases of wine. And it's just a hobby. It's something that I just give to friends and family and so forth. So anyways, that's my hobby. I'm interested in learning about every one of you, interested to see what you guys are doing. Hopefully at the end of the day, this course is what you expect it to be. I know it will be complicated. So I've sent out information in the syllabus, how to reach out to me. My office hours are Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 4 to 6 p.m. If you go to schedule and everything's booked up, just send me a message and say, hey, Professor, I try to book for Tuesday or Wednesday and everything seems to be not available. Anything you could do. So what will happen in those situations, sometimes I'll, throw in an extra day to help you out. So anyways, thanks for watching. Have a good week and be safe.